Good morning, my friends. Hearty welcome once again to the online classes of English and grammar given from St. Thomas School, Mahua. How are you all? I hope you are at home with your parents. And today we are moving to the seventh chapter from the last chapter, the articles. We are moving to the seventh chapter, and the chapter is called pronouns. And in this chapter, we are going to study about what I mean by pronoun and what are a few kinds of pronouns we will be studying. First of all, as an introduction, let's see what I mean by a pronoun. As you know, a pronoun is a word which is used in the place of a noun. For example, Hina is a teacher. She teaches class 8. Now, what is the function of a pronoun? Why do we use these pronouns? I shall give an example and explain. Geeta went to the market. Geeta went to the vegetable vendor. Then Geeta went to the fruit seller and bought apples. Geeta went back to home. Now look at those sentences. Everywhere Geeta is being used. Now, in order to avoid these repetitions, we can use the pronoun. Example, Geeta went to the market. She first went to the vegetable vendor. Then she went to the fruit seller for buying apples. And after that, she went back home. So, now you may also feel a bit problematic when you see when you say a few things together, right? Like saying again and again the names or any noun. So there we use the pronoun. Now, when a pronoun comes and if that pronoun refers back to the noun is called antecedent. For example, Geeta went to the market. She went to the vegetable vendor. There, she is the pronoun, as you know, and that she refers back to or falls back to Geeta. So that Geeta can be called as an antecedent. Or let us take another example. Let's ask Lena if she will help us. The example which is given in your textbook. There, look, in the second clause, they have given if she will help us. Now that she is falling or referring towards Lena. So we can say that she is the pronoun and Lena is the antecedent. And now let us move to the next topic. We are going to see a few kinds of pronoun. First of all, we shall see about the personal pronoun. Before looking to that table, let us go to the description, and then you will understand the table little more. These personal pronouns can be either the subject or object in a sentence or in a clause. Now, if the personal pronoun comes as a subject, we use the subjective forms. Now, in your first table, in the first column, it is given I, we, you, he, she, it, and they. For example, Raja went to play cricket, or he went to play cricket. There, he is being used as the subject. So, that is the first usage of personal pronoun. Now the second usage is objective forms, that are me, us, you, him, her, it, and them. And their uses are being given in the right hand side of those columns. You can just read it. Then we shall proceed to the next page. I hope you have already read it. Now the example is given for the objective types. That means how the pronoun, the personal pronoun is used as an object. Mother took the children home. Mother took them home. There, them has come as the object. Now, only the pronoun will be coming with the third person singular. There, he and she comes, and there only the gender will be applicable. And one more thing you need to remember, then his also, it also, you will be have the problem, and it always refers to the non-personal entities and considered to have the neuter gender. For example, we shall say switch on the oven, heat it to 180 degrees. Now we shall see a few usages of it, then you would understand those things better. Now it can refer to a variety of things. First is for the things without life we use. For example, take the cake, put it in the fridge. Or second, for the animals we can use. Atul lost the dog, it ran away. Then as a temporary subject, when the real subject follows. For example, it is important that you listen. Or it was apparent that she was angry. Or the weather of the time, weather or the time when you can use it. It will rain today. It is quite late. Now it is important to use the objective form of a personal pronoun when it occurs as a subject of a verb or a preposition. Now, whenever two things come, for example, you, me, or Jatin and I, you and I, or you and me, or Rita and me, how to use it? Now, when it comes as the objective form, you need to use only the objective types. But when they come as two pronouns, when they come together in as the subject of a sentence, we need to use the subjective form. For example, Jatin and I went for the show. You and I are in this together. Then we cannot say you and me or Jatin and me, we cannot say, because those things have come as the subject of the sentence. But before that, before those sentences, we have seen the object. There is a food for Rita and me in the fridge. There, Rita and me have been used as the object. So we have used me. We cannot say Rita and I. So remember this thing. Now we shall see how the conjunctions are used. You know, the conjunctions like than or as. For example, Suri is shorter than I. Mini is not as naughty as they. When the conjunction comes, you need to use we need to use according to how they have been used. For example, here than is being used as a conjunction and than I have come. But look at the next sentence. However, than also functions as a preposition. So then we need to use the objective form. Suri is shorter than me. There than has been used as the preposition. So you need to look at the sentence, whether what is a usage which is being told in that sentence. Now, pronouns that come after preposition as their objects are always objective. So the pronouns which will be coming after the preposition will always be objective. Now we shall see the next kind, that is the possessive pronouns. As the name stands, possessive pronouns show whom or what something belongs to. Now, except his or and is, all the possessive pronouns have two forms: my, mine, our, ours, your, yours, her, hers, their, theirs. And among this one, my, our, your, her, and their are can be also used as possessive adjectives. You know what I mean by adjectives. Adjectives we use to modify the nouns. And where are they occurring? They occur before the noun. Before the noun. But what is the duty of the pronoun? They just replace the noun. Now look at the sentences. This is my pen. There my is being used as possessive adjective. But in the next column, look, the pen is mine. There it is being used as possessive pronoun. Now, possessive adjectives always need to be used with nouns. A noun must always follow a possessive adjective. Now, your problem may come in two things. One is it and his. Now, his can be used both as possessive adjective and as possessive pronoun. Look at the example. This is his chair. This chair is his. But from the sentence itself, you can understand. In the first sentence, his is being used just before the noun, and we can say that it is a possessive adjective. But look at the next sentence. His is being used as a possessive pronoun. Now, whenever you use hers or theirs, no need of putting any apostrophes. Now, with its also, don't put apostrophes whenever you are using it as a pronoun. In the pronoun, there will not be any apostrophes. And friends, can you tell me, when do we use these apostrophes? We use apostrophes for the contraction of it is, or she is, or there is. All those things we use hers or its. For example, it is a bright and sunny day. It's a bright and sunny day, you can say. And now let us move to the next page. Here we are going to see about two things that are before that. I think I am missing one page, and there we in that page we are there you have the exercise. Now let us move to the next page. There we are going to see about two more, and let us stop today's class. First one is reflexive pronoun. You might be knowing the word meaning of reflexive, something that is reflected by. Here the same meaning is being used. An action done by the subject, and if it is reflected or turned back to the doer, we need to use a reflexive pronoun. I know that you have not yet got. Let us see an example, then you will understand more. Example from your textbook itself. Kapil made a sandwich for himself. Here, who is the subject? Kapil. And what he has done? He has made a sandwich. For whom? For himself. So what happened there? The action, what was the action? Making a sandwich. And for whom? For himself. So that action is being turned back to Kapil itself. So that is called a reflexive pronoun. There you need to understand that the subject, object of the verb will be referring to the same person or thing. Or look at the next example. The cow looked at itself in the pond. The cow looked at itself in the pond. Now, what are the reflexive pronouns? Myself, yourself, herself, himself, itself, yourselves, ourselves, and themselves. Now, these things also can be used as emphatic pronouns. Now, look at the examples there. He himself told me he would be here. He himself told me. Or we ourselves cleaned up the area. There, now you need to look at the antecedents. That himself is referring back to he, or ourselves is referring back to we. So we can say that he is the antecedent in the first sentence and we is the antecedent in the second sentence. Himself is the pronoun in the first sentence and ourselves is the pronoun in the second sentence. So they are called the emphatic pronoun. And what is the use of emphatic pronoun? Emphatic pronoun we use for emphasizing something. He himself, I myself have done this work, or you yourself have to do these works. Now, two positions it can be used. First one is immediately after the subject. For example, you yourself have to do, or I myself will be doing the work, or in the clause later also we can use. Gina took the garbage out herself. And with this, I am stopping today's class, and the rest four of pronouns we shall see in the next week. So you have 4 exercises to do. First, write the questions for everything, then write the answers. I will be sending the PDF of the answers. So just remember whatever we have learned today. First, we have learned what you mean by pronoun. Then we have learned what you mean by the antecedent of a pronoun. Then we have seen about a possessive pronoun. Before that, we have seen about the personal pronoun. Then we have seen about the reflexive pronoun. And lastly, we have seen about emphatic pronouns. Now, before I end this class, only one thing I say to you, that is, stay at home, stay safe, and stay positive. As you know, the coronavirus or COVID-19 is spreading very fast, and now India has become the epicenter, and India has climbed up to the 3rd position among the countries in cases. And first of all, we were seeing the cases in South, then it had come to Gujarat, Ahmedabad, then it had come to Bhavanagar, and now it has come to Mahua too. So friends, it is your duty to stay at home, because you are the future and you are the ones who will be leading the society tomorrow. So for that one, 3 things to do: staying at home, staying safe in home, even if any emergency come, go with mask as well as the sanitizers, and obey the government rules, and always stay positive and inspire others to be positive. Thank you.